faithful, welcome to another edition of Third and Yarn. That's right, Third and Yarn. Not third and long, not third and yard, but third and yarn. A ball of yarn, we're going yarn. Now miss me with your cabbage yard. No one's interested. Now, we got things to talk about. We got 2 games on this Monday night. They're giving us a doubleheader, bang, bang. And we got some MLB in the mix. So let's go, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Now, hopefully you had a decent, profitable week 3. Unfortunately for your boy, CeeDee Lamb sold the bag, baby. Oh, it was a statement game, all right, for them Cowboys. The statement was made that they're absolute garbage. They're out of the mix. Captain Crush ain't trying to hear anyone talk about the following: CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys being good, Brandon Ayuk. Captain Crush told you Brandon Ayuk was trash week 0. All the way back in July, Captain Crush was telling you Brandon Ayuk was trash. I said the Niners fans were going to turn on him by week 3. Lo and behold, it's week 3. You guys are losing games, and now all of a sudden, Brandon Ayuk's under a microscope. And they're realizing that boy got paid way too much money. Ray Charles saw that. For you young heads, Ray Charles doesn't have eyesight. You understand? It was always Juan Jennings. I told you right here on this video. I told you about Sam Darnold. I told you about Jalen Naylor. I told you about Justin Jefferson. And I also told you about Bijan Robinson. But you want to know what I didn't tell you? That the Broncos were going to come in and shell the Buccaneers. My God, any given Sunday, y'all, we will bounce back from that defeat. But the fact of the matter is this: Chris Godwin respects coin, cash, over 13 or 14 fantasy points, green square. That's the only Buccaneer I targeted. Cash it. And we will get into that. But first, I got some MLB hitters to give you guys for today to get your feet wet. Call this the bloomin' onion, the appetizer. And I'm just going to be rapid fire with it. Now, you got Kyle Schwarber, 1.5. It's a plug play. It's in the mix. Altuve, if you like. He's the least favorite of mine. Alec Beam, 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's in the mix too. Suzuki being 1.5 as a demon? That's in play. Absolutely. What, you think I'm afraid of Nola? Listen, 1.5 for Suzuki, it's always in play, especially if you're getting a demon payout. Don't care who's pitching. I swear to you, I don't care. My favorite of the lot, Jarren Duran, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs to Gabby. You could take his demon if you think he overperforms. Either one of those are fine. They took my boy Vlad 1.5 out of the mix. Now they only got a demon, but Vladdy Daddy is always in the mix. He respects coin for the most part. And then where is he at? Julio Rodriguez. Did they already take him out of the mix? Yep, they took his 1.5 off. Now they only got a demon for him, and it's absolutely in play. They did have his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's gone. You want to take the demon and think he overperforms, you can. So that's all I got to say about the hitters. A bonus if you want to take Hunter Brown over 4.5 hits allowed. God bless you. It's in play. Okay? You can take that right there. Now, enough about MLB. If you want the projections and the rest of the MLB, I pretty much gave you all the hitters I liked. I mean, right here on the video, Captain Crush does the Lord's work. Get your booty in the Discord. How do you get in the Discord? Well, I'm glad you asked, bud. You go to CaptainCrush.net, you scroll down to the gold package, bang. You go to buy now. You go right here, 1 month, $24.99. There you go, 1 month, $24.99. Get in the mix. You get access to the projections, the plays, the slips, the live streams. And those look just like this. This is a preview of the NFL type content I put out for projections for every game. Same for MLB right here. I give you my entire player pool for Draftkings. I give you stack advice, all of it. And then let's do a little recap before we talk about NFL. Henry, over half a rush TD, cash. Justice Hill, 23.5 rush plus receptions, cash. Pollard, chalk. Aaron Jones, cash. Lamb, chalk. Godwin, cash. Dobbins and Harris, cash. Jennings, more 43.5 receiving yards, 8.5 fantasy points, cash. Boswell and Dicker, 3.5 field goals, hook, but they're separate field goal prop line. Both are Boswell hit, Dicker chalked, for a total of 7 out of 10. Mason chalked, Lamb chalked, and Pollard chalked. Everything else is either a net neutral because the Boswell, Dicker, or their separate field goal props. But hey, add that into the stuff I gave on the live stream and the YouTube with Sam Darnold and whatnot, and you had yourself a decent day. Unfortunately, I had Lamb everywhere, and it ruined my streak. I ain't gonna lie. Lamb sold, but you know what? I would have took that play all day long, baby. I stand by it. They got 3 touchdowns in a matter of a quarter, and Lamb wasn't even involved. It's absolute cinema. Whatever, Cowboys. You got me. Lamb's on the trading block on my seasonal fantasy team. I'll give him away for a bag of Doritos right now. You understand what I'm saying? So hopefully I see you guys in the court. But real quick, speaking of Lamb, he's right here on DG Fantasy. Under 6.5 receptions is now being juiced under -135. I literally just had him over 6.5 receptions. He absolutely let me down. It's cinema, but whatever. So here we are. You got Trevor Lawrence under 4 rush attempts. That's all right. Jamar Chase over 6 receptions. I took him under 6.5. Now I'll probably go back and take over at 6, baby. If he lands on 6, I can get 1.5x in a 2-man and cash under 6.5. Gabe Davis over 3 receptions. Oh yeah, baby. Revenge game for Gabe Davis. Now, is that really a thing? Probably not, y'all. But hey, it is what it is. Now, looky. Ezekiel Elliott, baby. 25.5 rushing yards. Pinnacle has him all the way up to 30. And he's still -105. So you got to get in the mix on that, man. That's why you got to have a tool like this. It gets you in the action quick, early. And it's hitting, boys. Let me tell you, DG Fantasy, this is the first part of the process. You got to get in the mix. So what I like to do is I look at this, find the market data, and then I go in my projection sheets, compare the two, and if it's harmony, if it syncs up, it goes on the list. Like Gabe Davis over 3 receptions. I have him projected for 3.6. Bang! He's going on the list. He's going in a slip, baby. So, have I sold you on it? I hope so. I'm not trying to sell you on anything, but get in the mix. Use code CRUSH, get 25% off. Don't forget to use code CRUSH now. And if you use code CRUSH35 on the seasonal package, you'll get a full 35% off the whole season of football, baby. The quarterly package. Let's go. We're going. Now, Third and Yarn presents the NFL, the Monday night doubleheader, baby. Cap, have you had a few Red Bulls? Yes, I have. I've had 2, actually. 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. Didn't have any coffee today, though, so it's all good, brother. Now, let's get this thing going. Right out of the gate, I already showed you Gabe Davis, 3 receptions. He's going in the mix. Now, let's slide on over to Outlier, and you can see 4.5 point spread for the Bills and the Jags. Usually when these two teams meet, it's crispy. 46.5 point total. 46.5 point total. We haven't had any good primetime games in a minute. Yesterday's primetime game was hot garbage. How about that call? 4th and inches, and they decide to finally feed Bijan with a halfback stretch? Brother, that ain't hitting. That was not the play to call. You literally line up under center, and you just fall forward, okay? Kirk Cousins could have got it done. My goodness, that's terrible play calling. Can you believe these coaches are paid millions of dollars to do stuff like that? It's insane to me how these guys become coaches. Start passing out IQ tests on that coaching staff and watch how many have to get dropped out. Now let's look at my boy Gabe Davis. He used to be a wagon, man. He used to be a wagon. Now reception. Week 2, push. Week 1, push. Now the Jags have been absolute hot garbage. He's still getting the hang of it, new team and everything else. They're going to have to figure it out. They're going to be trying to feed their players today. I think it's going to be hitting. Now remember, all this data is still new. We're still trying to sort it out, but look who the number 1 targeted player on the team is, y'all. It's Gabe Davis. 10 targets, 21% target share, followed by Brian Thomas, then Travis Etienne, who's not even a receiver, and then my boy Christian Kirk. This has to change. This is absolutely abysmal, and I want nothing to do with it. You best get this man some targets. Christian Kirk is a stud, and he needs to be respected as such. That being said, if you think these boys are going to be throwing from behind, you got to take a look at old Christian Kirk. Look at this, 0.94. I mean, the man screams, hey, I'm due. He's absolutely due, bro. His receiving yards, his fantasy score, it's all in the mix. You want to target his receiving? If I'm the coach, I'm like, bro, we got to get him involved. We got to win games, and that's how you do it. Either one of those two is fine, and then the play of the day, baby. The reason you're on 3rd and Yarn is because we want to see what's cooking, and unfortunately for the YouTube faithful, they bumped it up to 15. James Cook over 14.5 rush attempts is the de facto play of the day, baby. He's going yard. I really think they're going to get the lead, and then I think they're going to ground and pound, at least I hope, and I hope that Mr. Cook gets 15 plus carries. Now, if you want to gamble and take the bump, Captain Crush tips his hat and says, I won't begrudge you a bit. All I need is for him to land on 15. Now, can he sell? Dude, is water wet? Of course he could sell. It's not a lock. Don't miss me with asking for locks. There's no such thing. But I think it's a great play. I think he's going to get at least 16 to 17 personally, maybe even more. But at 14 and a half, it was way too good to pass up. I had to get in on the mix. I did, and that's that. Now, I got a lot more stuff posted on the Discord with projections, but let's see if there's anything else. You know what? No, I'll save it for the live stream. However, let's talk about Draftkings, baby. Yes, sir. I did very well this weekend. I actually had a chance to win 30 grand. Could have had first in the single entry for a crispy 10, first in the 33 5 entry max for a crispy 20. It just didn't go my way, unfortunately. I was overcommitted on Bowers. He way underperformed, and he was high owned. Same thing with Jordan Mason. Absolute blunder, disaster class. It was always Henry and Barkley. Get off Kamara and Mason and go with Henry and Barkley, and that's the difference between winning $600 or $700 on Sunday and winning 30 grand. I had Neighbors. He went yarn. I had Juan Jennings in every lineup. I had Sam Darnold combinations with Darnold and Jefferson and Naylor. I had the Vikings defense in every contest. I mean, the only thing I missed was Jordan Mason and Bowers, and then I had Devontae Smith who got hurt. If I would have just pivoted to Dallas Goedert and Barkley, my goodness, your boy would be sitting here today 30 bags richer, but it's okay. We got a long season. I love it, baby. I love it. Keeps me fired up. Now, today, since there's a doubleheader, the prize pools are kind of light for the $3 contest, but that's what I joined in, and let's take a gander, okay? It's Showdown. This isn't Classic. Remember, you pick a captain, and you have 1, 2, 3, 5 spots underneath. It's a different format. Showdown versus Classic is different. Know the difference. I go over this stuff in my Discord every single time there's a football slate, okay? There will be a live stream today right after this video is published. So for this particular game, you're playing Washington versus the big bad Bengals, and I think that it's time for Joe Burrow to go yarn. If he doesn't get it done today, then he ain't getting it done. So I kind of like Burrow at captain, okay? Same thing with Chase. I like under 6.5, but I also think he can go off. I'm not ridiculous. He could get 5 catches, 150 yards in this spot. He could get 10 catches, 200 yards in this spot. Make no mistake about it, baby. So you can put Chase as captain, run it back with a little bit of Burrow, run it back with a little bit of Jaden Daniels, and then you could throw in Moss. Oh yeah, you could throw in my boy, Andres Iosivas, the touchdown machine, and you could go from there. Any one of those things, but I will say this, y'all. Make sure that you take a stand on your captain. If you're paying 20 lineups, make sure you put 10 and 10, 2 to 3 captains, or 4 captains, 5 apiece. Take a stand. Don't be afraid to be wrong. I'll go over this on the live stream today, but I did want to give you guys some advice. Remember, if you do like these DraftKings segments and want full DraftKings videos, let me know in the comments. But I do always give DraftKings advice on my live streams in the Discord. Make sure you're in there. CaptainCrush.net, the gold package, baby. Now, sorry for the short video. Sorry for the late video. I had a lot to do. I have a newsletter coming. I had to set that up. Had a couple of storms hit my house last night, creating a big old mess, broken trees, lightning, and everything else. Captain Crush was out there, gloves digging and banging, clanging and banging. And now, it's time to do what we do. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.